17. Getting a late start today. I don't know about you, but I'm actually quite thankful things have been delayed a little bit longer. I don't think anybody in this country is prepared for what's about to ensue. Now, that's not to say that people aren't tough as nails and as resilient as shark teeth. I'm saying I don't think people are psychologically prepared for what's taking place. Excuse me. I think a lot of people specifically are not spiritually prepared. And the war that's taking place in the heavenlies right now is just amazing. It's playing out in crazy manifestation here in the material world. But I hear the rumblings every night. I don't sleep much anymore. Slept pretty good last night. I was pretty much toast. But I think that most people would probably faint of terror from the things that are taking place in the heavenlies right now. The carnage. And yes, there is such a thing. That's why I think it appears that there are so many sightings of things falling from the sky. I think we're about to see that moment where that morning star finally comes down to earth for that final time. He will be barred from the heavenly courts from that moment on. Oh, yeah, of course. But the rumblings and the noises and just the strange things I'm hearing in the night. The children hear it. My believer friends hear it. I don't think many of my believer friends are really sleeping much either, because they know that things are going on. The unexplained phenomena, the X-Files stuff. X-Files. I mean, it's game on. Especially with the unfoldings of this last week, man. Brethren, it is on. And as chaotic as it is, I have a sense of peace about it. but that does not doesn't counter my responsibility as being an active participant in the war of the heavens and the earth. The United States is currently in a cold civil war. That much is certain. And it could go hot any moment. And the whole world will be plunged into complete, utter chaos. Once liberty's gone here, folks, I mean, we got two things going on. You've got a police state that's really starting to clamp down on just basic human behavior, which is obtuse. I've never just, yeah. And at the same time, you've got people still participating in some semblance of freedom. It's actually a false sense of freedom, because really all it is just convenience. I mean, it's just convenience. We go around in these little conveyances. Well, I didn't do that on purpose. And we get the choice between NBC and Fox. Crest and Colgate, Coke and Pepsi. It's all poison. It's all mind rot. It's all mind rot. But, I mean, as long as you're entertained, you don't get too uppity. So, give them bread and circus, and they'll pretend they're free. It's alright. Come on, guy. Don't let everybody in the block. Thank you. But yeah, this last vestige of so-called freedom that we're experiencing is not freedom at all. It's more convenience and entertainment. It's disgusting. The entertainment they're giving us is all gratuitous violence and simulated violence. Jiggle shows. And what do you do about it? I mean, you just turn it off. See, nearly every action in my existence is counter to the things that are being promoted. Groupthink. No, I'm an individual. Television. No, I don't need it. Pharmaceuticals. No, sorry. Have natural remedies. Insurance. No. No, that's not going to happen. Carpooling. No, I'm going to drive my own car all by myself. I'm a big boy. I mean, that's part of the problem. I think that's part of the reason why traffic is so bad. It's because every individual person and their grandma is driving their own car, because they all have somewhere else to go. There's no carpooling to speak of. We got mass transit here. We got, they have the trains that run. They run all the way out in the suburbs. It's pretty good, and in the far out suburbs. I'm not just talking about, the immediate suburbs around the Metroplex. everyday inane actions are being labeled as terrorist activity. So or extremist. It's fine. I'll be an extremist. If you want to label me an extremist, I'll be extreme. You'll see. I've always been kind of extreme. I mean, I'm a pretty intense person. I've always been a pretty intense person. For as laid back as I am most of the time, I hold some pretty stark, values that are in stark contrast to what's being promoted. And I'm done. I'm done with this. I mean, bring it. I'm not talking about going into hot war. I mean, even though you're going to have hot war with it, whether you want it or not. Whether you'll have it or not. Open war is upon you. That's why we got gun buys, gun grabs, and bullet shortages. Really? That's why I say they're not afraid to nuke a city. They're really not. They're not afraid. They, collective they. We've been over this. They're not afraid to nuke a city. Because they're more afraid of losing control. And they will lose control of this what is it? This campaign. They will quickly lose control of this campaign. In order to bed it down, they will start nuking cities. They will do it. And as a matter of fact, they're counting on that. They're cowards. They're cowards. We let cowards get in control. This is what happens. I'm busy trying to convince business owners this is over. They're like a bunch of turkey necks. Jawboning about shit that doesn't even matter. It's a joke. Such a flaming joke on its face. Hey, as long as I can drink beer, watch sports, I'll put up with anything. Bullshit. Not even good beer. Not even good beer. Michelob Ultra, Miller Genuine Draft. Come on, man. Come on. In an aluminum can, no less. Total mind rot. Total and complete mind rot. We're done, people. We're done. And I really am afraid. It's about half the population. It's absolutely brain dead. I mean, they're really just operating like an insect. They simply have the hypothalamus. That's it. That's it. There's no real activity going on beyond that. It's just like Bertrand Russell said, through diet, injections, and injunctions, we'll have a compliant populace. They'll put up with just about anything. I butchered that, I know, but at least I understand the concept. Yep. they'll have a sheep-like populace who the idea of revolt will be like sheep revolting against the practice of eating mutton. That's where we're at. It's done. It's already done. It's done. But there's the other half. It doesn't matter how much you poison them. No biological, chemical, or radiological weapon will prosper. It doesn't matter how much you calcify our pineal gland. It doesn't matter how much you load us up with biochemical crap. It doesn't matter how many times you irradiate us and how many different ways you irradiate us, whether you melt down a few reactors, set off a few warheads. It won't matter. They're bombarding us with cathode rays. It don't matter. We're not stupid, and it doesn't have any effect. If it does have any effect, the effects are minimal, and you know that. And you know that. That's why it's going hot. That's why it's going hot. And I'm really quite surprised. I'm very thankful, actually, that things have been abated a little bit longer. I think mostly it's through prayer. There's been a lot of intercessory prayer lately. I know I'm one of them, interceding. And it has held it back, but the enemy is on the other side of the gate, and the gate is encroaching. I bet you didn't know that gates move. Yeah, they have legs. Gates have legs, and they will take up as much boundary as you let them. Okay, well,